Battle through the heavens, Grand World. Chapter 221. One move to defeat the enemy. As soon as Yin Kang finished his words, he rushed towards Jiangzi. Black Qi was wrapped around his hands, like the key of death that could corrode the heaven and earth. It carried a force that could cause one's expression to change as it rushed towards the latter. Jiangzi was called the young tiger of the Zhang family. Naturally, he was proud and arrogant. Now that he was called a small fries by Yin Kang, the fury in his heart could be imagined. Staring at Yin Kang, who was rushing towards him, Jiangzi's eyes gradually became incomparably cold. Kai! Yin Kang suddenly attacked. The air that his palm passed through surged violently, as if it was eroded by the Yin Qi. Jiangzi furiously shouted. Both of his hands started to swing at a dazzling speed. Boundless Origin Monarch Qi appeared crazily along with the movement of his 10 fingers. In an instant, the air around Jiangzi stopped. In a split second, a faint mark was formed in the air. Chaotic Dragon Seal. As the Zhang family's secret arts, it was an offensive technique. Although it was not Jiangzi's trump card, when he used it with his strength, it still shook the surroundings. The airflow in the world trembled as if it was attracted by it. It gathered into the faint mark in front of Jiangzi. The moment the mark appeared, Jiangzi's eyes became serious. He looked at Yin Kang, who was right in front of him, and a ferocious smile appeared on his face. He moved his 10 fingers slightly, and the palm-sized mark silently rushed out, causing the surrounding air to fluctuate. Just as the battle between Yin Kang and Jiangzi was about to erupt, Zhao Shuo also let out a loud shout. His toes pressed on the ground, and spread its wings and flew towards Xiaoyan. A shadow flashed in his hand, and a silver long staff about the height of a person appeared in his hand. It was then smashed towards Xiaoyan. Zhao Shuo still remembered Xiaoyan's strength clearly. Last night in Medicine Pavilion, this fellow's soul power was actually able to fight against the senior Zhao Qingshan. When he thought of this, he didn't dare show any neglect. He immediately unleashed the Spirit Weapon Monarch skill. Pure Heaven Break. Zhao Shuo's handsome face was filled with ferociousness. A cold light flickered in his eyes. As the Origin Monarch Qi in his body crazily surged, his hands that were holding the spirit weapon became crystal clear. The silver glow on the long stick rolled and roared at Xiaoyan. Xiaoyan's heart shivered. This fellow's strength had increased significantly compared to before. With such a powerful attack, even an emperor would not be able to escape death. Hey, Pure Heaven Staff Technique. Zhao Shuo, this kid has really mastered some of the essence. On the stage, Zhao Qingshan nodded his head in satisfaction when he saw Zhao Shuo try out the Spirit Weapon Monarch skill. The Pure Heaven Staff Technique was created by the Zhao family's old ancestor. In the past few hundred years, there were very few people who had mastered it completely. He didn't expect that Zhao Shuo would give him a pleasant surprise. This Pure Heaven Staff Technique was indeed very impressive. The power of the long silver staff made Xiaoyan's heart skip a beat. Without hesitation, he raised his right hand as a palm and faced the long staff that was swung down. Halfway through, the flame in his hand swept across and a huge golden ruler appeared in his hand. Buzz! The long silver staff and the huge golden ruler collided violently, producing a deafening metallic sound. The huge force caused the air around him to explode. Xiaoyan's right hand that was holding the blue flame ruler trembled, almost unable to hold it. What a powerful force! Xiaoyan exclaimed in his heart. His expression turned serious. The power of this strike was much greater than the punch that Yin Kang had used to attack him. If it wasn't for the blue flame ruler, this strike would have been enough to injure him. Zhao Shuo, who was also pushed back by the terrifying force, looked at Xiaoyan, who was almost fine, with a pale face. His heart felt as if it had fallen into an ice cave. The Pure Heaven Staff Technique was a genuine high-grade monarch spell, but it didn't have any effect on the latter. Boom! While Xiaoyan and Zhao Shuo were fighting, Jiangzi's Chaotic Dragon Seal whistled out and entangled with Yin Kang's palms. The Chaotic Dragon Seal glowed with a mysterious light. As the light rotated, it crazily devoured the Yin Qi in Yin Kang's hands. At the same time, the Chaotic Dragon Seal began to emit a dazzling light. The Qi exuded from the light made Yin Kang frown. This Chaotic Dragon Seal is the secret skill of my Zhang family. Even a peak of Monarch King Warrior will be seriously injured if he is hit by it. Let me see how you are going to dodge it. Yin Kang laughed coldly upon hearing this. He glanced at Jiangzi in a mocking manner. His hands, which were wrapped by the mysterious light of the chaotic dragon seal, suddenly shook. Endless origin monarch ki surged into his hands. Boundless dark soul aura spread out from his body and instantly devoured the chaotic dragon seal in his hands. What an insignificant skill. I'll let you have a good look at my profound Yin sect's great Yin spirit arts. Yin Kang let out a ferocious laugh. Both of his eyes turned incomparably black in an instant. Dense spikes suddenly appeared on the surface of his body. The spikes pierced through his gray robe, and the tip of the spikes had already condensed into a dark black gaseous substance. Countless dark black gaseous substance had gathered together in the blink of an eye, forming a cluster of indescribable black light. Yin Spectre. With a furious roar, the black light trembled slightly and rushed towards Jiangzi. Wherever the black light passed, the space would tremble. Sensing the sharp aura contained within the black light, Jiangzi's expression changed. After a trace of shock flashed across his eyes, his 10 fingers moved crazily. He controlled the chaotic dragon seal to block the black light. Wah! The two attacks did not have the expected sound of collision. The black and white light entangled with each other in midair. After a moment of stalemate, the mixed dragon seal was completely swallowed by the black light and completely dissipated. Oh! The instant the chaotic dragon seal dissipated, Jiangzi's face immediately turned pale. He resisted the urge to spurt out a mouthful of blood. Jiangzi looked at Yin Kang with a gaze filled with shock. Both of them had the strength of an emperor. How could the gap between them be so huge? They were on completely different levels. The secret skill that he was so proud of had no resistance against the great Yin spirit arts of the profound Yin sect. After the black light devoured the chaotic dragon seal, the light on his body dimmed rapidly. Yin Kang looked at it coldly and stretched out his hand to grasp the void. The fist-sized black light quietly emerged and dispersed. At the center of Yin Kang's palm, a fingernail-sized mark appeared. The Zhang family's secret arts is indeed powerful. It actually consumed so much of the Yin seal. As this thought flashed across his mind, Yin Kang looked at Jiangzi coldly. Although the latter had strengthened his spirit, it could clearly be seen that his fighting spirit was somewhat shaken. All right Jiangzi, you can come down now. Just as Yin Kang was about to attack, a vigorous voice suddenly sounded from the stands. Everyone looked over and saw the dignified face of the Zhang family's patriarch. The latter was looking at Jiangzi with a calm expression. There was a trace of unconcealed disappointment on his firm face. Despite that, he could still tell that Jiangzi's state of mind was not good. If this continued, he would only be able to hold on. Seeing his father nod his head, Jiangzi's face turned even paler. The previous arrogance had long disappeared. He looked at Yin Kang with a complicated expression, and Xiao Yan who had almost finished torturing Zhao Shuo not far away. He sighed helplessly. As a genius, today's blow had been too heavy. When Jiangzi left, the crowd on the grandstand had mixed feelings. The name of the young tiger of the Zhang family had resounded across half of the star-severing mountain range, and the strength of the young tiger was obvious to all. No one had expected that he would be defeated by Yin Kang in just one round. Just how strong was this Yin Kang? In the distance, Jade Fairy's beautiful eyes were looking at Jiangzi who was walking down the stage step by step. Her eyes were moving, and no one knew what she was thinking. Even the young tiger of the Zhang family was defeated. Mr. Xiao is in danger now. Yun-er's pretty face was pale as she mumbled to herself. The strength of the Zhang family is also not bad. At least Yin Kang was forced to use the great Yin spirit arts. Jade Fairy looked at Xiao Yan and said faintly. That great Yin spirit arts is not simple. It is a saint-level skill, the Yin and Yang scroll, and the Yin scroll. A part of it is naturally powerful and scary. The fact that Yin Kang can use it is enough to prove the abilities of the young tiger of the Zhang family. A saint-level cultivation technique. Yun-er's red lips were wide open when she heard this. Her pretty face was filled with disbelief. Jade Fairy did not answer her. At this moment, the former had already fixed her eyes on Xiao Yan. After looking at him for a while, a smile quietly formed a subtle arc at the corner of her mouth. Without revealing that mysterious secret technique, just the weapon in his hand and his own strength was enough to completely torture Zhao Shuo, who had used the secret arts of the family. This strength was enough to fight Yin Kang. Hi guys, please like, comment, share, and subscribe.